You there, crypto enjoyer, watch this video if you want to get in on the next trend of projects that are about to pump on Solana. At the end, I'm going to discuss also Pulsechain and 𝗵𝗔𝗥𝗧𝗡𝗥. Most traders are about to miss the next alt season and they won't even realize it's all going to happen on chain with meme coins, with AI projects, and also ICMs. Today I'm going to show you 11 of the best on-chain tokens. The vast majority of them are on very cheap dips right now, and I'm going to explain to you why they're about to pump. And I'm going to tell you the exact ones that I'm watching for the next run. And my friends, you will also want to see the final charts. So please, there's no time to waste today. Do me a favor, press that like button, leave a comment please. Let's get on to it. Firstly, we have to start with a banger trade from yesterday, which was Mircat. Look at this. Remember, the chart was down here, and I said, you know, I'm not going to buy down here. Do you know why I didn't buy down there? I didn't buy down there because the likelihood of it going to zero was, I think, slightly lower, but still high enough where it doesn't actually make sense to buy this low because it could have died. A lot of these memes die. And so what you do is what the smart money does, what the top holders and traders do. And I'm going to prove to you why they did this, okay? You wait for the first bounce, you wait for sideways, that's when you enter. And then you have this explosion and you could have taken profits at 150 to 200% on this trade. So it was a banger trade from yesterday, and right now I'm not doing anything. I didn't even leave a moon bag. I currently have 0, but I'm actually going to do the exact same thing. It's at the bottom. It can actually go and die, or it can do this, accumulate again close to all-time highs and then explode. And this is where I will be buying again. Look here on 𝗘𝗫𝗖𝗛𝗔𝗡𝗦, average top 10 holder entry. Let's look at market cap, very close to a million market cap, so 850k market cap. Where was I telling you guys to enter? Right here, slightly below a million market cap, between 905 and also 804. So this is where the smart money was accumulating. This is where the top 10 holders held. And then if they double down on their bet, if this is where the smart money is buying, then this is probably a good bottom because they're going to hold the line. But anyways, I think for the next trade you should do exactly the same. Wait for the bounce, for the confirmation, get in before the pump, and then exit on a double, on a triple, because right now the market is very tough. It's very hard, even though BTC is almost at all-time highs. Now on to the next. Here we have 𝗘𝗫𝗖𝗛𝗘𝗥. I think 𝗘𝗫𝗖𝗛𝗧𝗡𝗥 is about to break out. It's looking amazing, and the next resistance point is going to be right there at 0.3. When it comes to market cap, I think we're talking something like 30 million market cap for 𝗘𝗫𝗖𝗛𝗧𝗡𝗥, and that would be probably a good place to take profits. But the price is about to pump. Once it does, there's no stopping 𝗘𝗫𝗖𝗛𝗧𝗏. Might find some resistance at 30 million, but then it will go back to all-time highs. If we go back here to price, very simple chart. Here's what I think happens. Bounce goes slightly above this resistance, then this turns into support, so the latecomers can buy here, and then it goes to all-time highs, 50 million, we exit. Then we have house. House does not look good. It looks horrible, to be completely honest. I still have a moon bag on house, and I think this is the last line. If this line gets broken, corrupted, if it goes to like 17, I think it's over for house. That's what I think. But right now, I mean, this is either peak or bottom, or it's over for house. That's what I'm thinking. So we had an amazing run on house. It lasted for like, I don't know, 2 months. We took some profits. I still have a moon bag there, but I told you guys to take profits on the way up. Don't forget that. I did tell you. Anyways, I think this is the last line for house. So it looks incredibly scary to buy right now. And so this might be the best place to actually accumulate house coin and to actually buy. That's what I would advise you guys to do. This is, to me, the last line for house. So yeah, I would buy some here because this is the last support. We are at a bearish fair value gap. I wasn't expecting the price to go this low back to the previous all-time high, but it did. And so it looks extremely dangerous to buy. And that's why you should be buying. Okay, always do the complete opposite of what you're feeling. Right now, I know it looks super dangerous to buy house, but I think this might be one of the best buys out there when it comes to crypto. That's what I have to say about house. If it comes to like 17, 15 million, I'm gonna exit and take the rest of my profits. Then, my friends, another good trade is 𝗘𝗫𝗖𝗛𝗔𝗡𝗏. 𝗘𝗫𝗖𝗛𝗏 looks good. If I were you, I would honestly like take profits here. I know that there's like big whales on this meme coin, but I would wait for an entry at 8 and 5.6 million market cap. Here's the thing, the liquidity is 1 million. Look at all these coins, like liquidity 1 million. Look at 𝗘𝗫𝗖𝗛𝗏, liquidity 1 million. Let's look at something like 𝗘𝗫𝗖𝗛𝗏, also very close to 1 million. Let's look at Titcoin, 1.7. All these coins are having extreme difficulty breaking the 2 million liquidity line. All of them. When they go to 2, 2.5, that's usually the top. So you can actually look at liquidity as a top signal. And when it comes to 𝗘𝗫𝗖𝗛𝗏, look, what's the upside here? If it's probably going to top at 2 million like all the others, I would take profits on 𝗘𝗫𝗖𝗛𝗏. Same thing goes for 𝗘𝗫𝗖𝗏. 𝗘𝗫𝗖𝗏 already topped. The LP was essentially at like 2 million at the top. That was the top. This is a cabal run. I think they're taking their profits. Be careful. I don't think this is going to hold. I think it's actually possible that it comes a little bit deeper to like 3.9 million market cap, maybe even 3.5. This is probably where I would buy 𝗘𝗫𝗖𝗏 because it's a continuation of this support line, trend line. It's just a continuation of the trend line. So that's where I would enter. And yeah, I don't think this line is going to hold when it comes to stupid. So that's what I'm doing. I'm waiting for my entry there, and I'm just going to leave some limit orders on 𝗵𝗏, drag them down, leave them there stacked. By the way, description, you can join 𝗵𝗏, and also in the first comment, I'm going to leave it pinned there, join 𝗵𝗏, and you'll also be able to join my private group when it starts. I wouldn't buy this coin here because there's too many insiders, and I think they're still looking to dump on you. Then we have Titcoin. Also another one. It's starting to look bullish, but I'm not going to enter. I've already taken profits on Titcoin. It's been one of our best trades in the past 2 months, but I need to see more strength. I actually would like to see Titcoin do something like this and break above 33 million. Like there's a ton of resistance here. And then when it corrects, that's when I'll enter, because I need another confirmation that this chart actually want to go. And yeah, I would probably like sell the rest close to all-time highs, but I need a continuation of the trend, then a correction. And on the first correction, I'm going to enter just like I did with Mircat. Then we have Lubu. Lubu, I think, is approaching another buy zone. Look, I told you guys to buy perfectly here, and I think it's going to touch the line again. It's going to be like a 1, 2, 3, third touch. Very, very usual with these meme coins. They usually go for 3 touches. So yeah, back to 25 million. That's what I'm thinking with Lubu. I think it's at a good buy zone at 30 million. I think 25 million will even be a better buy zone for Lubu. Then we have Startup. Okay, Startup exploded from the bottom as predicted. Okay, this was a good prediction, I think. Is it a good buy here? I don't think so. Look at this wick. Super resistance here. Okay, there's a ton of resistance on this line right here. So if you're sideline or something like Startup, here's what I would do. Wait for a bounce, wait for a break above resistance, correction, enter on the correction. Okay, don't enter here because there's a likelihood that it might come and touch the previous support line. And I think the likelihood, to be honest, is like 50-50 because it's showing amazing difficulty in breaking this resistance. This daily candle here from yesterday is a big sign that people just want to sell here. Okay, this is a previous place where a lot of people entered, and so they're taking their profits here again because they've been probably waiting for like a month for the price to reach at least break even. Once we break this, I think we correct a little bit. So the smart money, me for example, other people watching this show are going to take some profits higher. Then it corrects. That's where you enter. That's what I would do if I was sideline on something like Startup. Then we have Popcat. Popcat is looking incredibly boring. It's not looking good, to be honest, but if we draw the charts, it's sort of like my prediction is a comeback to this bullish fair value gap at 215, 214 million market cap. And it's kind of interesting because BTC is basically like a 4.3% away from all-time highs, but you look at these meme charts, you look at some of these projects, and it's almost like they're at still the bottom of a bear market. It's very interesting and weird to me. But yeah, this is where I would buy more Popcat. I would wait for it to come closer to this line and then continue, and I would accumulate more Popcat because I think this one will do well over the long run. And then you can take some profits at like 720 market cap, which would be approximately a trade of a 3x almost. It would almost be a 3x on your trade. Then we have, my ladies and gentlemen, we have a very interesting chart. It's the Pulsechain chart. It's very close to all-time lows. I think this is the bottom for Pulsechain. I've been accumulating this one. I've been holding this one for a while. And here's the reason why I think this is the bottom for Pulsechain. So Richard Hart now is saying that him and probably other whales within the community are going to fill containers with free electronic gifts with CR 2025 batteries pre-installed. If you look at these batteries, they're very, very small batteries. Here's what I'm thinking they're doing. They're going to ship hundreds of thousands, if not millions, of gift cards with a little bit of Pulsechain inside them. And these batteries might contain some type of like USB entry so that people can have their free Pulsechain on a hardware wallet. Either that or this battery, because it will be maybe glued or tied to the envelope, it means that people won't be able to put the envelope on the garbage, on their normal garbage. They have to put it on a special type of trash that allows for batteries. And so this means that people will just have to like deal with the card and read it and maybe travel longer. They'll just have to be dealing with it for a longer period of time, and that means more attention for the project. Hex was one of the best performing, if not the best performing on-chain asset besides SHIB last cycle, and one of the main reasons was outbound marketing like this. They were sending letters to the wealthiest addresses in all the United States, and it worked. A lot of people bought because of that. This is what makes people buy this type of stuff. I think he's coming back to YouTube. Let's hope he wants to do something like an interview on my channel. I would gladly and happily do an interview with Richard. Richard, if you're listening, come on the show. But I'm seeing him and the other whales and within the community starting to push the marketing on this coin. When Richard starts doing videos, I've told you guys 1,000 times, when he starts doing videos on YouTube, this thing is going to pull like 1,000x from the bottom, minimum. That's what I think. Look at the Hex chart and study it, okay? And Hex had hundreds of millions of dollars in liquidity at the top, and it had a ton of liquidity on USDC pair. And I think Pulsechain will do even better than Hex. That's what I think. BTC, 4% away from all-time highs. Everything is looking bullish. If you look at long to short-term holder supply ratio, long-term holders are buying like it's a bear market. The last time long-term holders on Bitcoin, these massive whales, the last time they were buying buying this heavily was when BTC was at basically 60K, okay, before this 100K run, and they're doing the same now. And previous to that, it was at peak of bottom at like 28K, 30K. That's when these massive whales were buying. So look at signals like this, okay? The long-term holder supply ratio tells you everything you need to know. Whales are buying, institutions are scooping all your Bitcoin. It's almost at all-time highs. No one's talking about crypto. Everyone gave up on alt season. People like Richard are preparing for massive outbound marketing, and he's a genius at marketing. Like, he's the best person in crypto when it comes to marketing, bar none. So yeah, I'm buying Pulsechain, and I think you should too. Anyways, see you guys tomorrow with more updates. Thank you very much.